Okay, want to go over a few things with you on how the U.S. and St. Kitts and Nevis compare on property taxes, not so much on the property tax itself, but how the government enforces it, which I think a lot of libertarians will like this. Most people don't realize it, but St. Kitts is a very efficient on their taxes, but they put in areas where the tax money works a lot better than the U.S. does. Obviously, because when you can get your debt down 60% and not even have an income tax, which is what the IMF required St. Kitts to do, either come out with a VAT or come out with an income tax, and St. Kitts came out with a VAT, lowered their debt 60%. You got to be pretty efficient what you do to be able to do that in just a few years. But that being said, I want to go over some things with you on the property tax. In the U.S., for example, if you don't pay your property tax that you owe, the government's going to send you notices, and eventually, if you don't pay it, they're going to seize your property. St. Kitts doesn't do that. St. Kitts will send notices out. If you don't pay it, they don't ever seize your property. What happens is, eventually, when that property's sold, they'll just subtract the amount that's owed plus interest on that. And they've had an amnesty program not too long ago on the property tax, where they literally, if I can't remember distinctly on how it went, but I think they waived all interest. They just basically, you had to pay back the principal of the money that you owed on the property tax, and that was it. But don't expect that to happen again. That was very unusual. They did that. But also, you could buy a house down here and you might not get a property tax bill for 1 to 2 years after you bought it. I mean, this is, but even that being said, they're very efficient on the taxes, even getting behind like that. As I mentioned before with this debt issue, and of course you can do a lot more things with a small country that you can do, you can't do otherwise. So this is the key thing that I like about St. Kitts is they don't run around trying to seize your property and stuff to collect for property taxes and stuff like this. You just don't see it here, and that's one thing that's really nice, that you don't have speeding tickets down here. It's I don't think I've ever seen anybody get a speeding ticket in St. Kitts. So these are some things that you can look at there. All right, now another thing I want to mention too is on fees. When you're getting citizenship, if you're looking at St. Kitts and Nevis, or even in other places too, because we deal with over 100 countries. I just like St. Kitts a lot because it has no capital gains tax, no income tax, no estate or inheritance taxes, and it has better visa-free travel than any of the other fast-track Caribbean countries. That's why I like it better. But that being said, it's amazing to me that people don't realize the flexibility they've got in actually getting citizenship on the fees. Let me give you an example. As I mentioned before, some of your biggest fees are government fees, your background check fees. You got fees for your legal fees, escrow agent fees if you're getting a property. Some of this stuff, or maybe all of it, can be negotiated actually in the actual price for the property, where the seller pays for it. Now, this is typically not the way it works. I said this is rare, but we do have instances where sellers will actually pick that cost up for you. So this is something that you really need to think about. And also, if you're looking to pay with crypto, we do have sellers that will take crypto payments, for property option. Now, you're not going to get that with the donation option, because not with St. Kitts, at least not right for now, because you're going to have to pay in the U.S. dollar for those government fees. That's one big key difference. Plus, none of that's going to come back to you either. Now, so that being said, we get crypto fees or crypto payments for our fees, and then you can also do the same thing for real estate. Now, not everybody's going to take crypto payments. In fact, most people won't do it. In fact, most people in the world are not using cryptocurrency. But we do have people that are doing it now. But you're a lot more likely to get crypto, or people accept crypto right now because of the COVID-19, than when it's over with, when the market really starts clicking, because all people have to do is set up an account, get US dollar tether, and then just switch it back into the US dollar without any sort of volatility, so they don't have a huge amount of risk like you would going into one of the other cryptocurrencies for payments. So anyway, that's something that you need to know about. But like I said, that can make a big difference in your payments when you're looking at when you're getting the citizenship by investment with the real estate option, because you're looking at, depending on the size of the family, you could be looking at $60, $70, or $100,000 in fees totally. And to get that included where the seller's paying it, man, that can make a big difference for you. Now, when you go to a lawyer directly, that washes all that out, because once you pay a lawyer, they're not gonna refund back those fees. That's why I say, if you come with us first, we can actually work it out with the lawyer, in some cases getting it paid for. But if you pay for it up front and then come to us, depending on the lawyer, we might not be able to work out anything with you on that. So that can make a big difference, because the legal fees, man, are a huge part of getting citizenship in St. Kitts. Also, if you're interested in legally getting your income taxes to zero, you want to get a second passport, as quick as 45 days, do 3 things. Hit the subscribe button at the right of your screen. You'll get new videos as they come out automatically. And don't forget to hit that notification bell next to that subscribe button. And I would like to hear from you. If you got a question or comment, just put it below. And also, if you want to really, you got a special need to get your income taxes to zero, or to get a second passport as quick as 45 days, go to our website, www.citizenshipquickly.com, and just ask for some help. All right, now I'm walking through Frigate Bay here. Some of these houses are titled, but as you start hitting into Half Moon Bay, most of these are deed of conveyance homes. And they will not qualify for citizenship, even with the new option that the government's thrown out. It has to be titled property, and the property itself, as I mentioned before, has to appraise for at least $400,000 without the lot. The lot has to be subtracted when you're figuring that out. And but there's some really good deals right now with this coronavirus. I'm telling you, this is the time. If you want to steal on something, a really good deal, you do it when it's slow. That's the best time to do it. And when you have this issue with the traveling, and one of the things that a lot of people are coming up with is if they don't have their vaccine, can they come to St. Kitts? Yeah, if you're a resident or you're a citizen. If you're coming in here and you're not a resident or a citizen, you would have to be vaccinated. Now, they're not requiring people to get vaccinated. I've had several texts that sent in that says St. Kitts is requiring it. No, they're not. I mean, I'm not vaccinated myself. Okay, so they're not requiring it, not at least at this point right now. Okay, now if you're a citizen or a resident, you can come in here. Okay, if you're vaccinated, you can come in. If you're not a citizen or a resident, but that's how it works. And you can still get citizenship without coming here, okay? In fact, I get probably, I don't know how many people get citizenship percentage-wise, but there's a lot of people that just don't, they get it over the phone. We actually can show them the properties and everything, walk them over there on the phone. Basically, you can see everything you can see in person on the phone, and you see pictures and everything like that, and then make a decision based on that. Or if you want to go on the donation option, that's up to you. Either way, but we can do it without you coming here. And then once your approval takes place, then you can just come over here, and you don't have to be vaccinated at that point. But you would have to be a resident or a citizen at this point in time to come in, unless you're vaccinated. If you're vaccinated, yes, you can come in. Okay. Now, like I say, I'm not vaccinated myself, and I have no plans on getting it. And the reason I was going to do a video on this myself the other day, but I saw on Carnival Cruise Line where 6 people were tested positive for coronavirus. Okay. And of those 6, 4 had been fully vaccinated. 4 of them had. So this is the thing I'm talking about. This is why I'm not getting vaccinated, okay? It's not, I don't know the percentages. They say it's like 50 to 80% of not getting it once you get vaccinated. I don't know if I believe those figures or not, okay? But once it's shot in my veins, it's there, okay? So I'm not getting it. So, but these are some of the questions that people are asking about the vaccinated, you know, how can you get in here and so forth, but that explains more on how that works. Anyway, if you got a question or comment, like I said, put it below, and don't forget to hit the notification bell and the subscribe button on the bottom of your screen. You'll get new videos that come out automatically. And folks, if you're sick and tired, and you want to go to a country that has no income tax, has no capital gains tax, no estate tax, no inheritance tax, a property tax is like 0.20% of whatever you're buying, which is almost nothing, and then you get a deduction of $29,600 before that 0.20% kicks in. Folks, it's not going to get any better than this. Quit searching, okay? Now, make this your home base. If you don't want to live here all the time, fine. But you need to have a tax-free base for your place, for your living and so forth. But if you're a U.S. citizen, if you want the ultimate, you're going to have to relinquish your U.S. citizenship. You can come over here, qualify for the foreign overseas exclusion, and deduct roughly up to, with husband and wife, working up to about $216,000 a year. But that's earned income. It has nothing to do with all the other type of investment income, inheritance taxes, all this stuff. If you want to get around everything, you're going to have to relinquish. If you're from a high tax country like Germany, Switzerland, Sweden, Switzerland's not too bad as the other ones, the other two are, then you're going to have to do whatever's required to detax yourself. Do whatever it takes. You might have to get rid of library cards. You might have to get rid of houses. You might have to, it just depends on what that country designates or be gone for a certain period of time to where you can qualify, where you're not taxed on your worldwide income anymore. And folks, do it legally, okay? You can do it legally and get your taxes to zero. But the key is you need to learn what you need to do to get that done right. I'll look forward to talking to you on the next video. Take care.